Good morning, students. And the next topic we are going to discuss is the psychological novel. Okay. Actually, stream of conscious novel is an extended version of psychological novel. Okay. So in the text, it should be given first. Psychological novel should be given, and then only stream of conscious novel should be given. It's okay, it doesn't matter. You know a stream of conscious novel, and then now we shall study about psychological novel. Psychological novel is a kind of simplified version of stream of consciousness novel. Okay, so what the inner thoughts, the internal emotions and feelings is what expressed. Okay, and the stream of conscious novel is completely the stream of conscious novel is completely the human thoughts, the human inner thoughts. But in case of psychological novel, it is the inner thoughts and emotions are expressive. Okay, so that's the difference between psychological novel and stream of consciousness novel. So we shall read what is there in the text. A psychological novel was born in the period between 1913 and 1915 in the writings of Marcel Proust, James Joyce and Dorothy Richardson. Psychological novel actually emerged from the period between 1913 and 1915, and from these writers, Marcel Proust and James Joyce. Joyce as well as Dorothy Richardson. It aims at expressing the inwardness of experience. So the first feature, it aims at expressing the inwardness of experience. What is our inward experience? It's not psychological novel doesn't deal about external experience. It deals about the inward experience. So the situation may not be complicated, but the inner thought is what expresses. Okay, especially inner experience, feelings, and emotions. Psychological novel strikes us as autobiographical with an infusion of poetic language. Unlike the conventional novel, here the author effaces himself and the narrator progresses on a memory of character. So naturally, psychological novel would be a kind of a psychological novel would be a kind of autobiographical novel. The character, the lead protagonist or hero, expresses his psychological experience, his emotions and feelings. Okay, so it is naturally autobiographical, but it is a kind of poetic language. Okay, the style is not a normal style; it is a poetic style, and unlike the conventional novel, here the author emphasizes himself on narrative progress and memory of characters. That is, everything is the character, similarly like an autobiography, everything is past incidents and everything is in past tense, and the character is remembering such kind of experience, such kind of inner thoughts. Okay, and in case of stream of conscious novel, the consciousness is present and the situation is present, the place is at the present, and the thoughts would move from past to future and again come back to present. But in case of psychological novel, it is completely about the experience of past. It documents the world of senses and describes the fugitive thoughts, sensations, feelings of characters. So it documents the character's thoughts, sensation, and feelings. Okay, the feelings could be ordinary thought or simple thought that is documented, that is recorded and written, and the character's sensation and feelings, that is emotions, everything is perfectly conveyed in psychological novel. Writer makes use of the knowledge of psychological sciences. Okay. The writer makes use of psychological sciences. So that is generally the psychological novelist would know the knowledge about psychology. Okay, as is another feature, and we shall read the various examples of psychological novel. The seeds of psychological novel could be seen in writings of Samuel Richardson. However, psychological novel of modern times are developed under the influence of Bergson and William James. The traces of psychological novel could be found even in Samuel Richardson's novel also. But typical psychological novel could be developed from Bergson and William James. Bergson, Bergson and William James. Novels of Dostoevsky, okay, Dostoevsky. The novels of Dostoevsky also have psychological elements. Most novels of Virginia Woolf belong to this category. Some important psychological novels are Proust's Remembrance of Things Past, James Joyce's Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man, Dorothy Richardson's Pointed Roof. So the greatest psychological novels are Remembrance of Things Past, Remembrance of Things Past, written by Proust, The Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man by James Joyce, Pointed Roof by Dorothy Richardson are going to be greatest psychological novels. And now we shall move to the next topic, epistolary novel. So the epistolary novel is a fictitious narrative in the form of letters. It is such a novel the author possesses as the editor of letters and that have somehow come to his possession. Okay. Epistolary novel is a kind of collection of letters. That is the format of the novel. Okay. So the protagonist writes a letter to someone, and it is the protagonist's collection of letters to someone. Okay. So as we read the collection of letters, we can understand that it is a novel. That is said to be epistolary novel. And it should be imaginary story, and that imaginary incident should be expressed in a letter format. Okay, various hundreds of letters are joined together, and thus a novel is written. Okay. The first epistolary novel in English appeared in 1678. It was a translation from Portuguese called the Portuguese letter. Even though several fictitious writing in the letter have appeared during Renaissance period, most outstanding was Samuel Richardson's Pamela. So the first epistolary novel appeared in 1678. That novel is actually a translation of Portuguese letter. In Portuguese language, it is written Portuguese letters, and it is translated into English in 1678 and titled as Portuguese letter. And this is said to be the first example of epistolary novel. So it is a collection of a series of letters, and by that we can understand a fictitious story. And later on in Renaissance, during the Restoration period, Samuel Richardson wrote Pamela, and this is also proved to be the best example of epistolary novel. And Samuel Richardson became the master of writing epistolary novel. And then Smollett also wrote Humphrey Clinker. So it is also in the letter form. It is also example of epistolary novel. Fanny Brunet's famous novel Evelina is also example of epistolary novel. Another famous epistolary novel of this period was Goethe's Ritha, translated into several European languages. So Goethe wrote Ritha, W-R-T-H-E-R, and this is also another example of another best example of epistolary novel. The epistolary novel has an impressive instancy and psychological truth. It suffers from certain disadvantages. It cannot have lengthy dialogue and only limited number of correspondence can be included. Epistolary novel, the greatest advantage of epistolary novel is the psychological truth. The reality of the character, especially psychological reality, could be easily understood in this novel. But the problem is there is no, in a letter format we don't write lengthy dialogue, okay. And lengthy dialogue is, cannot be or could not be written, and this is an disadvantage for epistolary novel. Richardson made epistolary novel didactic. It was a mutual manners of recovery. So Richardson, the master of writing epistolary novel, he used the epistolary novel for a didactic purpose, for conveying moral values, moral messages. He used this epistolary genre of novel. And we shall read various examples of it. In the 19th century, Swinburne wrote Love's Cross Current. In this novel is in the letter form, therefore it is an epistolary novel. Epistolary style has been partially attempted by Scott in his Red Gauntlet. Okay. So Scott also wrote epistolary novel, and it is titled as Red Gauntlet. In modern times, E.M. Foster made use of style partially in his novel Howard Payant, and two other novels of epistolary style is partially used are Henry A. Green's Blindness and Saul Bellows' Herzog. So E.M. Foster also wrote one great epistolary novel, and it is called, it is titled as Howard's End. And two other greatest epistolary novels are Henry Green's Blindness and Saul Bellows' Herzog, H-E-R-Z-O-G. And Christopher Isherwood, A Meeting by River, is also proved to be a great epistolary novel, as the novel developed into complex literary form with several stylistic manifestations. The epistolary style has become unpopular. Later on in the modern times, the stream of conscious novel and various genres of novel developed. So slowly and steadily, epistolary novel became unpopular. Okay, so that's the end of this topic, epistolary novel. We shall move to the next topic, the Gothic novel. So Gothic novel is a kind of thriller novel. Okay, so some kind of supernatural elements and the elements of ghost is also present, present, but the element of the thriller feel is always felt throughout the novel. Okay, so that is said to be a Gothic novel. During the latter half of 18th century, there was revival of interest in the life and art of medieval times. The rational realistic read of Fielding and Richardson as novelist was questioned by votaries of antiquarian ideals. And the Gothic novel rose out of this new zeal of medieval life and fashions. There was a new interest in pseudo-Gothic castles and ruins described in ancient ballads and legends. So, in the latter half of the 18th century, there was revival in the interest of medieval times. So, readers as well as author, novelists wanted to explore the medieval age, 12th and 11th, 12th and 13th century. That age is called as medieval age, and readers and novelists want to explore that period. Okay. So, it happened in the latter half of the 18th century, readers as well as novelists want to explore the medieval age. And readers and critics also felt that the rationalistic as well as realistic novels of Fielding and Richardson were questioned, and at one point readers felt bored, and therefore Gothic novel developed focusing on medieval times and making the audience to create interest for the readers. There was a new interest in pseudo-Gothic castle and ruins described in ancient ballads and legends. The Gothic novel of the period sought to satisfy readers craving for mystery and violent emotion and for stories set in remote time and place, depicting ghost portents and demonic forces at work. So the features of Gothic novel is that some kind of alienated place and a castle is made, and the protagonist enters the alienated place or a castle, and there he feels a kind of supernatural elements and ghost presence of ghost and horrifying characters, and these elements make readers to feel a kind of thriller as they read Gothic novel. Since it is the instance happening in a kind of alienated place, ancient ballads and legends and themes of such themes and characters are taken from ancient ballads and legends. The Gothic novel of the period sought to satisfy readers' craving for mystery and violent emotion and for stories set in remote place and time, depicting the ghost portent and demonic forces at work. So this is the same point is repeated. The reader's need of mystery and violent emotion is satisfied when they read Gothic novel. So such kind of unrealistic and thriller elements may not be found in realistic life. Therefore, the time and place are set in a completely remote place, and presence of ghosts and demons are also used in Gothic novels. And generally, central theme of Gothic novel is romantic love. Sober and restless villain is a central figure. The innocent, beautiful heroine, probably imprisoned in the castle, wants to be rescued by her lover. So, generally, the main theme of Gothic novel is a romantic love story. The villain captures the heroine, and the heroine waits for the hero to be rescued. Okay, so this is most of the Gothic novels. Central theme of story is going to be this. Okay, and that is there is a restless villain, and he captures the heroine, and she waits for the hero to be rescued by him. And the scene of is placed in a castle, a dark cloister or a ruined abbey, equipped with the frightened secret passages and private chambers. So again, the same point is repeated. The place of setting of the Gothic novel would always be in a separate castle, and many ghost and supernatural elements would take place, and secret chambers and passage would be there. By that, the hero is able to rescue his lover. So there are basic or important features of Gothic novel. And then supernatural element, physical violence and mental anguish, and part of thematic structure of the thematic structure of Gothic novel. And another again the same point repeated, supernatural elements, the presence of ghosts or demons, and then physical violence and mental anguish are another feature of Gothic novel. Wild and desolate nature provides the background. Central sentiment of Gothic novel is melancholy. So violent and desolate nature. So the background, the way how the setting is described, a kind of dark and thrilling kind of description is used in a Gothic novel, and Gothic novels predominantly centers around melancholy. A kind of sad feeling is also maintained in Gothic novel. The Gothic novel was thus a consciousness protest against rational and realistic view of earlier period. So the Gothic novel is always against realistic and rational novel. Okay, they focus more on illogic and unnatural things which would never happen in real human life. So examples of Gothic novel are said to be Horace Walpole is called the father of Gothic novel. His Castle of Otranto, published in 1964, set the trend. So Horace Walpole published the Castle of Otranto, and this is the first great Gothic novel, published in 1764. And then there is the death, murder, intrigue, and villainy of the novel. So in this novel there is death, murder, and the suspense, intrigue, and villain. The castle looms large and sinister symbol until ghosts throws it down. So in this novel there is a castle, and the castle, the writer uses such a style that readers would be able to feel that the castle itself is a kind of ghost. And then Anne Radcliffe continued the Gothic tradition in a number of novels. The Turkish Mysteries of Udolpho, published in 1794. So Anne Radcliffe, she also published a great Gothic novel, The Mysteries of Udolpho, published in 1794. So this novel also proved to be a great Gothic novel. It shows an extravagant spectacle of Gothic element like the castle of Udolpho with sliding panels, secret passages, and supernatural sounds. Okay, so in this novel also, that is The Mystery of Udolpho, written by Anne Radcliffe. So there is a sober castle, and the presence of the presence of ghost is also present, and it is thus it became a great Gothic novel. And her another important Gothic novel is The Italian, and she creates arouses terror and curiosity on the readers, and there is always elements of supernatural events. Okay, so that's the end of this topic, the Gothic novel. We shall continue the other topics in the next video. Thank you.